Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. It is today the last day of Ramadan. So that means it's the last day of fasting today. So I thought I'm going to give you a little update on how I experienced this month of Ramadan. My first Ramadan as a Muslim. The time went so fast. I can't believe that Ramadan is already almost finished and that tomorrow it's already Eid. And I'm probably going to upload this video during Eid, so I want to wish you all Eid Mubarak. I hope that you all have beautiful and joyful days with your families and friends. And for the reverts who are watching and who are not able to celebrate it with family or friends, I hope that you still have wonderful days during Eid and that you can look back on a beautiful month of Ramadan, inshallah. Did you experience that as well, that the time went so fast? But alhamdulillah, I managed to fast the whole month of Ramadan and it went good this month. As I told you in my last video, I didn't experience any headache or any discomfort during fasting this year. However, it was hard sometimes, especially in the beginning when your body is not used to fast yet. But later it became a little bit more easy and I felt the thirst and hunger later on during the day. And the last days of Ramadan I had also holidays, so I didn't have to work, so that made it more easy as well. But I feel honestly tired the last days and today as well, because I didn't sleep anymore after iftar. In the beginning I slept a couple of hours after iftar, but I didn't do that anymore because the time that we can eat of course became more short. I don't like it to sleep directly after I ate, and then I wanted to wake up early to make suhoor. So the last days of Ramadan I decided to not go to sleep anymore and just stay awake for the whole night. So the last days I went to sleep around 5:30 in the morning, but I find it quite hard to sleep during the daytime, so I didn't sleep very well the last days. However, alhamdulillah, I completed this month of fasting and that's the most important thing. And I had some time also to read the Quran. In the beginning I was very motivated because I wanted to complete the Quran during this month. But unfortunately I couldn't do it because in the beginning I noticed myself when I was reading the Quran, I read it very quickly because I was kind of in a hurry because I wanted to finish the Quran. And I didn't like that because I want to understand what I'm reading actually, so I like to take my time. So I thought it's more important to understand what I'm actually reading and to think about that, what I'm reading, instead of just reading it very quickly because I want to finish the Quran. So I didn't finish it, but I read alhamdulillah in the Quran. And I have watched a lot of Islamic speakers on YouTube. That was very interesting as well, and I learned also a lot from that. But this month I felt also a little bit lonely because I didn't visit my friends and family that much because they are obviously not fasting, and for example they celebrate also other holidays, like it was also Easter this month and King's Day. We are celebrating always the birthday of the king in the Netherlands, and that's like a big party in the Netherlands. And I'm not sad that I'm not celebrating that, but it was always like a tradition that we are all coming together with the family and we're eating together, and even with Easter as well, even though my family is not really religious, but that's just like a tradition. So of course those things are different for me now as a Muslim, and even my family, they have to get used to that I'm not really celebrating anymore like how I did before. And because they don't have the connection with Ramadan or with Islam, it's quite of a pity, or it feels a little bit lonely that you cannot share those feelings with your family, because obviously it's nice to share also the time that you're going to break your fast with iftar. I wanted to invite my family to eat here one time with iftar, but unfortunately it was not possible this year. But inshallah next year I will invite them. But it is not the most important thing, of course, because at the end I'm doing it for Allah, and it is not only about celebrating it with your family. It has also positive sides when you are alone during Ramadan, because I have more time to self-reflect and to spend time to learn about Islam. You don't have to spend hours and hours to talk with your family and to sit around the table, for example. This time you can use it to learn about Islam, to learn about Allah, and to read Quran, for example. And when you are alone, I think you are more self-conscious about what you are doing. And also when you don't have a lot of energy during Ramadan, you are just alone, so you don't have to bother anybody. Tomorrow is of course Eid. I think that you guys are excited to celebrate Eid tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what you are going to do and what kind of celebrations there are organized in your neighborhood. Here in my village there is nothing organized, but in the big cities, I think like Amsterdam, there is something around the mosques. I think they are organizing something to celebrate Eid there, but I'm not going there this year because I have to work. But I'm going to make some sweets today, what I'm going to share with my family. So I will show you what I'm going to make, and tomorrow I'm going to bring it to my family. I made again mamoul because I made it also last year and I found it really delicious. So I decided to make it again. I make it like my own tradition as well, that I think I'm going to make it from now on always at the end of Ramadan to still get a little bit of that Eid feelings. And I'm going to make also katayef, so I'm going to make some special sweets to celebrate Eid. I'm going to do my best to make it nice and to still get a little bit the feelings of celebration. What are you usually making for sweets? I would love to know, so let me know in the comments, and what you are going to eat more, not only sweets, but what do you eat and what do you do normally during Eid? Are you celebrating it with your family, and are you going somewhere or staying at home? Just let me know in the comments what you are doing, I would love to know. I'm going to start to make the katayef, and I'm going to start with making the filling. I'm making the filling with cheese. I had to take my cat away because he is always curious, especially when I'm making something with cheese or milk. Then he becomes crazy and starts begging me to give him something. So I added all the ingredients in a pan because I have to make it hot on the fire, and then I start to make the batter for the pancakes. What I really love about celebrating Eid is that it works so motivating for me after fasting the whole month of Ramadan, and you are so grateful that you can eat during the daytime again, that it works very motivating to make nice food and nice sweets for these days. It really feels like a reward after fasting the month of Ramadan, and that is different than my experience when I was celebrating Christmas, for example. Even though I'm not coming from a religious family, we always celebrated Christmas every year. Then we celebrated Christmas for 2 days, and during these days we were sharing gifts with each other under the Christmas tree, and we eat together with the whole family. But it's very different when you are celebrating Eid, because you are looking forward to this day already some time before it's actually starting, because you are fasting during the whole month of Ramadan. And I believe the Christians are fasting as well, but in a different way than Muslims do. Before Easter, I believe they are fasting for 40 days, but only for sweets and luxury food. So they are not eating that the entire 40 days. And then with Easter, they are also having like nice meals and sweets, and they are celebrating that together. This is my final product of the pancakes that I'm going to use to make katayef. I believe they are also called 1001 whole pancakes. I let the cheese filling cool down in the refrigerator, and now it is time to fill the katayef. I believe you can also fill them originally with walnuts, but I didn't do that. I decided to make it only with cheese. I don't know what is more nice. If you know, please let me know. The nice thing about katayef is that you can fold them like this, and then they are looking exactly like a half moon. So I think that's why they are perfect to eat with Eid or during Ramadan. Fusto became curious again. Are you already finished? I want to try them. Here I made the syrup for the katayef with sugar, water and a little bit of rose water. I was looking for the recipe for katayef. I saw that you can make it in 2 different ways. You can fry them in oil, like what I decided to do, or you can eat them cold with just a little bit of sugar syrup. After frying them, I dip them into the sugar syrup and I am done. This is how they look like. Let me know if I did it correctly and if they are looking good or not. I sprinkled a little bit of pistachios on top and this is what they look like on the inside. They look very creamy and very nice. This is the mamul that I made. I made it with date filling. Here they are ready to go into the oven. Baking very fast, in 10 minutes they are ready. It's the next day and today I'm going to bring the sweets to my family. Here I'm walking and the weather is very beautiful today. So let's enjoy a little bit from what I've seen on my way. Thank you very much for watching this video and I hope to see you guys soon in one of my next videos. Bye!